Hello everyone joining us from all across the time zones today. My name is Alida Brkan. I'm veterinary coordinator at Foundation Dogs Trust Bosnia, and today, together with Anida Dinarević, our head of operations, we are going to present two examples on how we tailor DPM strategies based on given circumstances in our country.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us at this year's conference. Hope you will find our examples useful.
Since 2012, Dogs Trust Bosnia has been dedicated to improving dog welfare in our country and creating sustainable DPM strategies through various initiatives in local communities. Our programs include neutering, veterinary training, fostering program, owner education and dog training, education of children for safety around dogs, as well as public awareness campaigns. We also collaborate with UNDP in programs where stakeholders attend workshops to create a base for local action plans. But firstly, a brief introduction on how things actually work here. Bosnia and Herzegovina has a pretty much complex administrative system with responsibilities divided between state, entity, cantons, and local community levels. Even though the competent authority for the implementation of the law on animal protection and welfare, which was brought in 2009, is one of the state's ministry, which delegates this task to the State Veterinary Office in Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's important to mention that primary responsibility for tackling the DPM strategy problems and stray dog problems lies with local communities. So by the mentioned law, they are responsible and legally required to establish shelters, hygiene services, finance sterilization programs, and provide oversight. Support from higher levels of authority is often lacking, or the funds that are allocated, especially for CNVR program, are insufficient. As a result, the solution largely depends on the efforts of NGOs. As you can imagine, each community faces unique challenges depending on its size, population, and specific issues related to DPM. This is why our work is so heavily focused on local communities. And here are two examples we've selected: a small community and a large city, both facing the same core issue, lack of effective strategy, but very different and with different challenges and different solutions. So it's interesting comparison, which Anida will explain in details.
So our first example is Vareš. Vareš is a small municipality in Bosnia and Herzegovina with just around 10,000 residents. Even small, still it faced a lot of challenges with stray dog population and in establishing a sustainable dog management system. In late 2021, municipality applied for an open call for collaboration from our organization, but they didn't meet the criteria to enter our neutering program scheme. When realizing that they were losing significant amount of money and funds on lawsuits from citizens that had dog bites, they initiated smaller changes and again contacted us for any type of advisory or help. When we saw that they made initial changes in their system, we decided that through our minimal support and with collaboration on UNDP workshops with different stakeholders, they were able to overcome major obstacles. They quickly improved their shelter management. Also, they formed a local NGO, which was really important for them. And with that local NGO, now they are developing fostering system and they are rehoming dogs from home to home. Their advantage, what we believe is their advantage, is that they understood their lacks. They were open to work on them from different perspectives and stakeholders. Both mayor of the municipality, relevant departments, veterinarians, and also volunteers from NGOs. In difference to Vareš, Banja Luka is a much larger city. It is the second largest city in our country, faced with significant challenges with its stray dog population. So they had a really big problem with a large free roaming dog population on the streets. Since 2018, Dogs Trust Bosnia led different programs in Banja Luka, such as dog school, public awareness campaigns, education of children, and campaigns for neutering stray and owned dogs, covering around 20,000 dogs. We wanted to take that on a different level with our cooperation and collaboration with the city. So in 2021, Banja Luka's mayor signed a memorandum of cooperation with Dogs Trust Bosnia, demonstrating a commitment on sustainable and humane dog population management system. While we supported with mentioned programs, city had enough space and funds to work on other things. So they established dog communal police department. They strengthened their cooperation with local NGOs, which in difference to Vareš they had a lot more, and improved their shelter conditions. These efforts have set a really positive example for humane, sustainable dog management, also for other surrounding municipalities to follow. Their advantage and one of the reasons for their success was that with our guidance, they understood that one of the biggest problems was irresponsible ownership and owned unregistered dogs. This was highly improved with creating a dog communal police, which had the authority for checking microchip and ownership on the site. What is common and crucial to both of these communities is that their representative of local authorities showed interest and willingness to learn and be involved in this topic and include all relevant stakeholders.
This journey of creating DPM strategies for local communities can be a long journey, and much like tailoring, it involves adjustments, loose threads, fallen buttons here and there. But it's important to identify the problems, and once we do that and set the list of priorities, everything else becomes easier. The key is to listen carefully to the community's needs and needs of everyone who's impacted. Everyone has something to say, and we try to understand. Everyone has their own point of view, and from the previous experiences, meetings, workshops, etc., maybe they just have different point of view, and we need to gather along in the same idea in the end. Sometimes we explain our approach to local authorities a few times and repeat, of course, meetings, because often, at least in our case, they maybe just don't have much experience in this topic, or they see the picture from different angle. While we rely on proven methods, there's just no dress that fits every person the same way. And the same goes for dog population management strategies. By embracing this custom approach, we increase our chances for lasting and sustainable impact. Both of us want to thank you again for your attention today, and please be welcome to ask us any questions or contact us later.